Hey there, Mr. Skeening class. Today's lecture summary video is about the recent unit we've been working on, stress. Now, to start with, we learned that there are good and bad types of stress, and that it's good to have a moderation of both, and also that bad stress can lead to bad results, but kind of more bad results than you might think. It can actually lead to a depressed state, which of course we know, but it puts you in this cycle of the depressed state, and then you finally get out of the depressed state, and the bad stress comes back at you, and it puts you back in the depressed state again, which is kind of the difficult thing to get out of. But we also learned, which was really surprising to me, that it can actually shrink your brain's physical form. By doing this, it shrinks the hippocampus and amygdalas by having the brain release a chemical called cortisol. And this cortisol kind of doesn't necessarily hurt the brain, but it affects it, that it shrinks all those areas and in turn shrinks the whole brain. It's very interesting and kind of scary if you think about it. But next we had the pessimistic Pete and optimistic Olive exercise, learning about pessimism and optimism, and how pessimism leads to low self-esteem and self-judgment, and optimism has a more high self-esteem nature, and the optimistic person like Olive can get back on the horse and try again at whatever it is they were doing. And next we kind of wrote down our ideas and feelings about how we felt about the midterm. And this was interesting because it helped us look at how we felt when it started, and then made us decide on how we are going to feel in the future, which hopefully is a more positive side for me. But after that, we learned about mantras, which is basically a motto you tell yourself over and over, just whenever you have bad stress in your life. You can also meditate or exercise to relieve stress, but this helps too. And it is defined to be unique, personal, and positive, of course, being to relieve bad stress. And after that, we touched on kind of gender stresses and how gender can differ in stress reliefs. Like women cry for stress reliefs when dealing with men, and men tend to be more physical and may punch a thing or two or go work out in a gym. Pretty interesting stuff, but kind of obvious when you think about it. But yeah, that's our stress unit that we've learned so far, and I've really liked it, to be honest. It's a lot more interesting than I thought it would be.